So hello from Las Vegas. Vegas. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It kicked me out of that last live. Will y'all let the other people know that I'm live on here now? They probably still in that room. What I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by YouTube, there was this one time, this is how self conscious I am about what people think of me and everything. My neighbor was just bringing over a bottle of sparkling cider for Christmas, as a gift. So I opened the door real quick and just ran out the door real quick. That way she couldn't see the inside of my house because I didn't have furniture. And I let her know, I said, sorry. I said, I don't have furniture yet. And I'm really self conscious about my living room. So I have to let her know why I rushed out the door so fast. And she goes, don't worry. I didn't have a couch a year after I moved in. And she kind of assured me, right? I let you know how self conscious I am. Like, I'm so afraid. Now, this is, I'm telling you, this is why I don't let people in. Not that, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, look how self conscious I am. How can I make friends or even relationships in general if I have that type of mindset where I'm afraid for people to see my house or what it looks like, or uh, thinking they're thinking bad about the way I live and all this stuff? I can't. So I let you know I overthink everything, and that's why I go out of my way to not have social interactions in person. Not on here. I'm very different on here. I'm very boisterous and loud on here, but in person, I'm like I don't like. I'll go out of my way to not have a social interaction because I'm like, okay, I know the second that social interaction is over with, when they leave and I leave, I'm gonna go back home or I'm gonna go into my shell again and go, oh, I probably said that all wrong. Look how I probably greeted them the wrong way. Maybe I shouldn't have said hi and said maybe I should have said hello instead of hi, or maybe when I was looking this way, they probably thought that I was side eyeing them and all this stuff. That's why I don't like having social interactions in person, because I know the second that I try to talk to anybody, I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna get in my head about an interaction. Like, damn, I shouldn't have said it like that, or oh, look at the way I was looking. They were probably looking at my shirt or looking how bad this looked and all that. And that's why I don't do social interactions anymore, or why I try to go out of my way to not do it. Like, I try to not talk to nobody, and I can see how it would come off to the people that I'm talking to, like, damn, he's snobby and standoffish. And it's not. I'm shy. I'm very awkward. I'm socially awkward. Um, and so that's why you always see me by myself. I don't. That's why I don't really interact with folks, because I know that if I do that, if I interact, it could be the most innocent interaction. Like, it could be at Starbucks. Like, let's say I'm in the like, in my car or whatever. Like, for example, when I got recognized the other day, right, at the Starbucks, and the girl was like, "Oh, I've watched you. I watch you. You look so familiar." She said, "You do the horoscopes, right?" I said, "Yeah, that's me." And even after that interaction, I was going, maybe I should have been a little bit more chippier. All this stuff. See, I overanalyze everything. So I'm saying, so, and I wish I wasn't like this, because I'd love to get out more and go places more. But I know that I'm gonna have all these experiences that I don't want to have, and all these thoughts I don't want to have. I don't want to sit and worry about the way I said something, or you know. So, and I always said, um, I always just, I don't know, I'm so hard on myself. I got to stop doing this to myself. I got to stop doing this to myself. I got to. I'm my worst enemy. I mean, we're all our own worst enemy, but Lord, I get so tired of caring about what bitches think. I'm tired of it. This house is a blessing, and I treat it like it's a curse, and it's not cool. That is not cool, because old Tyler would have smacked this new Tyler. Old Tyler would have had the new Tyler fuck around and come up missing. I'm going to be real with you, because I like the way I was sitting there complaining in that last live about my house. This is a blessing, and I sit and talk down on it, and oh, the walls are off color, and oh, that monster and all that stuff. This is the problems I wish I would have had back in the day when I was broke. And this is a blessing. And how dare I sit here, and I'm just kind of calling myself out. How dare I sit here and criticize it like I do? You know, how dare I? Because Tyler back in the day only could afford a lodge where all the crackheads and the meth heads and the whores were. That's all I could afford. And like sometimes I have to check myself when I do it off camera too. It's on camera. Like I'll go around criticizing things like, damn, I wish I would have chosen a more modern house, or damn, I wish I would have did this. Why did I not choose a house with the stove that's built into the wall or built into the cabinet? Like that's literally what I do all fucking day, and I'm sick of it. I could cry. I'm so sick of it. Tyler, this is a blessing. Like the old Tyler that was back in the crack whore hotel and the crack whore lodge would look at new Tyler and probably want to have new Tyler fuck around and come up missing. So I feel like the old Tyler would have the new Tyler on a milk carton somewhere, like fucked around and came up missing. So, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure I'm not the only first-time homeowner that moves into a house. It's exciting, right? And they go, well, maybe I should have chose one like this, or maybe I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done that. So I ain't gonna be so hard on myself. So yeah, I'm very accountable for myself. See, that's what I think people lack these days is a sense of self accountability. Like when they do something wrong or when they say some stupid shit, they can't be accountable, and that's the biggest turnoff I have toward other people. If you can't be accountable for things that you do that are wrong, that's a really bad trait. I'm sorry. People that want to go around blaming bitches. No, call yourself out. I'll call myself out on shit I do. That's just how I've always been. And that's why I always find it weird when people can't I'm like, how could they not take accountability? What's wrong with taking accountability? What's wrong with that? So I'm saying, so what's wrong with that? you know. And so I'm gonna call my ass out. Like every time I get down, I'm like, this house has become like something where it's a constant stress. I'm always trying to perfect shit. But then when I try to perfect it, I'll sit there and go, no, I don't need to buy that because I don't need a couch. I'm gonna end up staying here if I get a couch. Like I gotta stop doing this every day. I'm tired of dealing with it. And why do I care what y'all think? I mean, not that I don't care what y'all think. I'm not saying this in a rude way. But why do I care what y'all think about my house? Like for example, when I try to do readings in another room, I'm like they're probably thinking the walls look so beigeish and the monster in the living room and or in the family room and all this stuff. Like what do I care what y'all think? You see what I'm saying? What do I care what y'all think? So, and that's the way I put it. Well, thank you, Divine. I appreciate that. I love this house, and I know that I'm gonna have remorse when I sell it. I know I will, because I'm gonna miss my theater. I'm gonna miss all the stuff that I loved about it. That was very. I could have went with a more modern house, but guess what? Here's what I felt about house buying. And look, for you ones out there, take this from a personal experience, especially if you've never bought a house. Let me tell you, don't always go to a listing and go, well, this house was built brand new. It's fresh and new. I want to be the first that lives in it. Those are the houses that you don't want. Let me tell you why. When you buy an older house that's been lived in, those people had time to add personal touches to it. But if you go buy a brand new house, it's literally it's in a dirt lot, no pool, no amenities, nothing, because it's brand new. It hasn't had anything added to it from an owner. And that's what I've learned the hard way. Because when I look back at those newer houses I looked at, they lacked personality. They lacked any personality. All it had going for it was it had fresh new cabinets, fresh new stove, all that stuff. But when I look, I'm like, wait, there's no pool. There's no added touches. There's no customization to this house. That's all stuff I have to add to it. And so that's what I've learned. Like when now I know, okay, yeah, I could have went for a more modern house, but I wouldn't have had no personal touch. It would have had no personality. Why am I talking about this? I gotta stop. Y'all ain't listening anyway, so I don't care. I don't care. I'm not having a breakdown. Yeah, in Vegas it's bad. Let me tell you. Let me give you advice from a first-time homeowner. Fuck them newly built houses, I'm telling you. Because when I looked at some of them, we looked at a few houses before I settled on this, right? Or I looked at a few of them. Those new houses lack any type of personality. Like nothing's been added to it. You're the first one that lives there. There ain't been no added touches. It's factory built, basically. and you have to add everything, and it comes on a dirt lot. I hate that. So my advice is for a first time owner, always go for a house that's at least been lived in, because the owners may have added something to it. But if you buy one that's factory built, I mean all of them are built. But if you buy, do you get my point? You get my point? So I wouldn't go for a brand new house. Mine, I would want it to have at least one owner because they may have added some shit and they probably lived in it and realized what they had some problems with it and they fixed it. So I'm saying instead of me moving in and having to fix the shit, or if stuff starts breaking and shit. So who gives a shit? I don't care. Yeah, old houses feel like a more, because when I looked at some of the new houses, because that's the style I want, is a new style house. But then I think about how it comes bare bones. It's bare bones. Because I'm at a dilemma right now. I'm like, Tar, do you want to go for it? Because every time I look at a freshly built house, it's on Zillow, anything, they'll show all the nice pictures of the cabinets and the wall paint and then fresh floors. But then they'll show a picture of the outside. It's literally just a dirt lot. A dirt lot. I'm like, what the fuck? They want me to live on a sand lot? What do they do? Build a baseball diamond too and play baseball in the backyard? Literally, dirt lot. So I'm trying to find that happy medium, something that looks modern, but then also has stuff added to it. So who gives a shit? I don't care. Why are y'all listening to this rambling? Y'all sit and listen to it and enable this behavior. Y'all enable this behavior. Y'all have created a monster. You know what? You created this storm, subscribers, so you have to sit in the rain, all right? You created this storm, so sit in the rain. I created a storm, it's only fair I have to sit in its rain. Hey. Am I the only one that sits and like rattles over pointless shit, or is it just me? You know it, Katrina. I'm blaming y'all. Yeah. You know what place I considered moving, and I'm the dumbest bitch for even thinking about it. One night I got so restless over buying a new place or going to a new. I looked in motherfucking Oklahoma City. That's how desperate I got. Desperate. I said maybe I'll, but then they have a state tax, which is a problem. But I started looking at how you can pay the smallest amount of money and have a mansion in Oklahoma. That is fucking an insult. You know why they charge you less for a house in Oklahoma City? Because they know that bitch is gonna be swiped up into the cyclone any day now. Oh yeah, come and buy you $1 million mansion. Yeah, because guess what? It's gonna be sucked up. You're gonna be up in the cyclone with Dorothy and Toto in a matter of a year or so. Of course, yeah, come buy you a cheap $1 million mansion. Yeah, and then wait for that F5 to come around and swipe it up. You're gonna be up there with the people from Twister, Dorothy, Toto, and Annie M, motherfucking Lion, Scarecrow, all that. Because I got looking, I'm like, damn, I said I could take the amount I pay for this house, take that shit over there, add a little bit more money to it, have a mansion. But I got to thinking, I'm like, because I was looking at Oklahoma City on Zillow, right? And I was just looking and looking like for a good few hours one night, right? And I said, but Tyler, they're charging you bare bones for this $1 million mansion because they know it's going to be sucked up into the F5 in a matter of a year or so. So, Tornado Alley, like, if I decide to ever move to Tornado Alley, I'll make sure I have good insurance because I know that I'm going to be up there with Dorothy and Toto. And I'll be sure to make a will. Because I like every time I looked for like 2 or 3 hours on Zillow. I was looking at every listing in Oklahoma City, right? I mean, I was just looking because I'm so desperate to buy a house somewhere else, right? And I got to thinking, well, I need to get me a will prepared. That way my money don't my money gets to my mama. And I said, let me go ahead. I need some really good insurance for the house. I'm gonna get the top of the line home insurance, and I need to get me like a tornado shelter. That way I don't end up in the cyclone with Dorothy and Toto. So, so you some. Could you imagine my big ass up in a cyclone? I'd probably still try to do a tarot read. I'd be up in my, if I had a storm shelter, I don't give a fuck. Nothing stops me from doing a tarot read. I'll be in my storm shelter doing tarot reads. Hello, it's Tyler's Tarot in the house, baby. And I'm reading today inside the storm shelter and an F5 on the outside. Hey, hey. I can see it now. So I think Oklahoma City is out of the picture. No, I'm not gonna buy a house only for a tornado to swipe it up. Nope, not gonna happen. Yeah, I don't really want to. I don't want to see Dorothy and Toto anytime soon. If I want to see them bitches, I'll just watch the movie. I don't want to be up in the cyclone with them hoes. I don't. All right, I'm rambling. It's the coffee talking. The mocha coffee is talking. Yeah, I'd be up in yeah. And then I looked at Texas, but then I was like, I don't want to live around a bunch of fucking crazy white folks with cowboy hats. I don't want to do it. Although I know that that's a big Hispanic state, I don't want to deal with motherfucking crazy white people. I don't. If I'm gonna deal with living around a bunch of white people, it has to be the West Coast white people because they're more laid back and chill. You see what I'm saying? If you go to the East Coast and if you're a brown person, you want to live in a white neighborhood. The second you come out your house, they're gonna think that you like robbing it or whatever, or they're gonna call the police on you for trying to get into your own house. I ain't with it. And I live in an all-white neighborhood, right? And not one time have they looked at me and nobody's called the police on me. Nobody's thought I'd break it into my own house. Nothing. So that's why I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna deal with living around a bunch of white people, it's got to be a West Coast white people, not the East Coast white people or the Texas white people. So I'm saying, because I can go walk around my neighborhood right now, nobody would bat an eye. So I'm saying, nobody would bat an eye if I walked around my neighborhood right now. So, but take your ass over to the East Coast like Georgia and go into a white neighborhood, especially if you like obviously black, like black, like Gabrielle Union black, or hell, Brandy Norwood black, or and you'll have problems. So that's so funny, Red Rose, because white people. Let me tell you about. I've had crazy experience with white people. See, I'm diet black. Let me tell you why. I'm diet black. I feel like there's been white friends I've had. Let me tell you, we're gonna go into race real quick. You ready? I feel like there's been white friends I've had, right? That feel like they'll say some shit. They've not recently, this back in the day, right? And I felt like they were okay being friends with me because I'm the diet black experience. They don't want, they're not gonna go for the full black experience. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you catching my drift? Because they would say some off the wall shit. Off the wall. I ain't gonna say any names. I'm not friends with this person anymore, but I'm not gonna say any names. I ain't gonna throw them under the bus. But there was this one time, my friend, this was when I lived in I can't say the name because they're gonna know. I lived in this small town in Georgia. And I went to a white school. And one time she was telling me, won't you come and hang out at my place for the weekend, all that. We had all these plans, right? And I'm naturally, anytime I have a white friends, I always say, your family okay with people, you having friends of color? I always would ask that. Like, I wouldn't ask it directly like that, but I would kind of hint at it, or like, how's your, family, all that. And she said to me verbatim, she goes, oh, but you don't look it. They won't care because you don't look it. And you know how I disrespected myself is remaining friends with this bitch. She literally said to me verbatim, she goes, I said, is your family okay with you having friends of color? Because, all that. And she goes, oh, but you don't look it. They won't care. Because the answer I was expecting was, oh, they don't care about that. But no, you don't look it, so they won't care. And that was that should have been a big red flag from me. You see what I'm saying? And that should have been a big red flag from me. And how I disrespected myself was remaining friends with her throughout the years. We're not friends no more. So I'm saying, so when I say diet black, I'm not saying that to diss the black experience, but it's more so that's how I feel like white people are like, especially if it's a white person that is not comfortable with having black friends, they see me as the next comfortable thing. Like if they want a black friend, but they're not wanting the full on, you get what I'm saying? I'm the diet black experience. And that's how I've always felt throughout my whole entire life, the diet black experience. So, but then, okay, but here's the problem. When I try to befriend black people, here's another issue I went into. And I'm gonna be real with you. Black folks, y'all not off the hook. I'm gonna go ahead and be totally real with you. I've had black friends be shady toward me because they felt like I didn't get the same experience they have. Oh, you won't get that experience like I have. Like when I try to tell them of things I've experienced that kind of seem somewhat racist, they feel like I have it easier. And I've had black friends directly tell me this. Not this is not me speculating. This is directly. I was told this. Well, you won't have the experience I have because of this, that, and they'll start listing things. And I always felt when I had black friends, they would just be kind of, I don't know. They just seemed like they didn't think I was a part of them, or that I wasn't of the same race. Like it just felt. So I got it from both sides. White people, I never felt like I was a part of their experience, and I never felt like I was a part of the black experience either. You see what I'm saying? So it's weird. So I get it from both sides. Am I offending anybody? Why are y'all still watching? If y'all can't stand me, why are y'all still watching? So that's just how it goes. It sucks, and that's why when I see a mixed person out in the wild, I feel like, oh, there's my people. Y'all don't understand what it's like because black folks have tons of black people that they can relate to. White folks are every fucking where on every corner, every city in America, everywhere. Y'all have people that when y'all go into a room, well, I'm gonna go sit with the white people because they look like me. And the black folks can say, I can go sit with the black people because they look like me. And the white folks, oh, I have a bunch of people that look like me over here. But when I see Alicia Keys out in the wild, not literally the Alicia Keys, I'm making a point. When I see the Halle Berrys out in the wild or the Drakes, I'm like, my people. These are my people. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel validated. I'm like, oh, but then they fucked up too. Because I've had some mixed people tell, like, okay, for example, mixed people fucked up too. I'm talking about black and white mix. They're extremists. Let me tell you how mixed people are extremists. Let me tell you how they can get extreme. You have your mixed people that fill in the middle. Well, I'm black and white, and I'm going to claim both black and white. But then you have your mixed people that claim only black. And if you even point out their white side, bitch, I'm motherfucking black, bitch. I'm black. They try to be blacker than the full black people. They try to be. I'm like, God, I can't ever have a decent experience because, like, okay, it just kills me. I'm not. Well, yeah, I'm half white, but like they'll literally, like, it's like if you point out their half white side, they go crazier than a shithouse rat. You know what I'm saying? So they can be fucked up too. But who do I feel most home around? Like most mixed people. When I see a mixed person out in the wild, I get very excited. I'm like, yay, finally. So I'm saying, I feel so at home around mixed people. I'm like, finally, my people, my people. I'll give you an example. Who in here watches Austin's Tarot? I'll give you an example. Who in here watches Austin's Tarot? So, okay, this was about 2 or 3 years ago, right? I had went through Texas, and so Austin watches me. He said, "Hey, would you stop by in Dallas and we can hang out?" I said, "Cool, fine." So I'm just giving an example. When I saw Austin, I said, "Wait a second," because I was not familiar with Austin, right? Not that familiar. When I said, "Wait, you're one of my people, aren't you?" He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "You're one of me, ain't you?" He goes, "Yeah, you mean black?" I was like, "Yes." It's like that natural. It's like, you see what I'm saying? It's like when I get around mixed people, it just feels like that's okay. These are the people I'm supposed to be around. But when I get around white people and black people, I still don't feel a part of them. I'm trying to make a point. I don't feel a part of them. So, yeah. But Austin's really cool. Y'all should check out his channel. He's really cool. Really cool. So, yeah. But I don't know. Are y'all getting my point? Or am I just rambling? Are y'all getting my point? Or are y'all just rambling? Or sorry, are y'all getting my point, or do y'all just think I'm rambling? So, yeah. Now watch people like now they're gonna come to me in person and go, Tyler, I'm sorry I'm white, but I'm a big fan of you. I know you don't. No, don't think because you're white and you come up to me, I'm gonna be mad at you because you're white. No, no, no. So no, not at all. If you're black, come up to me. White, any race, come up to me. But my true people are my mixed people, and those are the people I feel most comfortable around. So because they know what I go through. They know. You know what I'm saying? And it kills me when people try to relate to being mixed. They'll say, I'm about to piss a lot of people off, and let me tell you, this is what pisses me off right here. When they go, well, I'm mixed too. I'm Norwegian and I'm also German. Bitch, if you don't get up out my motherfucking face with that hoe. No, Tyler, I'm mixed too. I am North Korean and South Korean. Bitch, that's multinational, multinationality. That's not multiracial. Okay, you're Asian. All right, if you're some North Korea, South, if one of your parents was North Korean and one was South Korean, you're Asian. Don't come up to me and talking about, well, one of my I'm part Dutch and I'm also part German. You're white. What are you talking to me for? Don't even talk to me any kind of ways. Like, why are you talking to me? Why are you trying to relate to my experience? Until you have a black father and a white mother, or hell, even let's say you're half Mexican and half white, then come up to me. Do not come up to me about you're the same race, but two different nationalities. That makes no sense. None. Yeah, it makes sense for you, but it's not the same experience. You know what I'm saying? They kill me with that. No, Tyler. You see, I know what it's like to be mixed because my father was Mexican and my mother was Guatemalan. Latin. They speak Spanish. It's not that big of a difference. Yeah, it's different, different locations, but it's not that big of a difference. Don't come up to me. Don't say nothing to me. So I'm saying? So I told you I was gonna piss a few people off. No, that just kills me though. So I'm saying it just kills me. Well, if y'all don't start talking, I gotta get off of here. Why ain't y'all talking? Why is the chat box going so slow? Why do I feel like I'm talking to myself? Because I pretty much am, ain't I? I'm pretty much talking to myself at this point. Feels like it at least. Nickname you Oreo. I used to be called Oreo too. I used to be called Oreo too. I used to be called Oreo. I sure did. But I see, I went through phases in my life. There'd be times in my life I'd be like, oh, I wish I was more white. And then when I got like toward high school, I was like, I want to be black again. So I tried to be more black, or what was perceived as black. And then as an adult, I just want to be mixed. I want to be mixed. But there was times I would go through phases like, I remember in elementary school, I was like, oh, I wish I was more like the white kids. Look at how their hair doesn't curl like mine. And then when I got more to like middle high school, I wanted to be black again. And so I started to embrace more black. And and even in college, I was trying to be more ethnic, more black. And then as an adult, I'm like, oh no, I'm embracing both sides now. Both sides are a part of me. All right. So let me stop talking about this. Y'all are getting bored, I can tell. Do you British accent? Okay, let's see. Have you got any walk to I've got to go out to the garage. They say garage. How does she say it? Because I've talked to Allison sometimes. Or aluminium. Why the fuck are y'all saying it's aluminum? Why are y'all saying aluminium? It ain't no aluminium. Have you got any aluminium? It's aluminum. It's not garage. It's garage. And it's biscuits and gravy, not scones and gravy. I can't do an Australian. Those are hard to do. I can't do an Australian. I went to college. I went to Chattahoochee Tech. And I stayed at Southern Poly in the dorms. They leased out their dorms to students from other schools. At least at that time, I don't know what they do now, but Southern Poly at that time, if they had empty dorms, like if you went to a college in the area, they would lease those out for Chattahoochee Tech students and Southern Poly students. So I always say I had two college experience. I had the Southern Poly dorm living experience, and then I had the Chattahoochee Tech educational experience. So yeah, to my O's. Have I got a picture for you? What are you doing over there? My name is Tyler. I go to. I'm in Las Vegas. I live in Las Vegas. I've just redone my pool. I've got the water. The water still drained from the pool. They just redid the tile and all the water's drained from it. I'm not doing that great of a job. I've kind of lost it. I've kind of lost it. Have you got any water or a garage or aluminium? I can't do it. I can't do that accent no more. I used to do it so convincingly. Now I just don't know how to do it. What are you doing over there, bitch? Let's see how much the water's filled. Oh, this is gonna take days. That's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be here for a while. And I can't wait to see that water bill. It looks like a deck. It looks like the head, balls, and the scrotum. Oh, the pool's already done. It's already been redone. They left the excess tiles. This is what they put on the step of that broken step that was broke, or all chipped. They put this all over it. They left the excess right here on the table. He said, I left these for when you may need them in the future. So he says, I couldn't find any that matched your tiles that are already on there, but he says, I think the blue step will look good. I think it look. I'll show y'all. Do y'all think it looks that? Let me show y'all. I'm not supposed to mess with it because it has to curate for 2 days, but I'll show you real quick. See the tile, they couldn't find none that matched this tile right here. Y'all remember those 2 missing tiles that were there? Look how they corrected it. Look how good it looks now. Remember those 2 missing pieces? And remember how all that was chipped up there? Look how perfect they made it. I'll show you. I don't want to mess with it because I'm afraid of messing it up, but here's the finished product. Look how good it looks. Look, the step, because it was cracked. I'm talking about it was chipped. The whole step was chipped. I don't think it looks that bad. It looks great. What do y'all think? I know it kind of clashes with the gray, but this is all they had. I'm like, look, I'll just take anything better than that chipped step. So, and besides, I think it adds personality to the pool. It may not match the blue or the gray, but that's good enough. I don't care. That's all that he said. He said, we cannot find nothing that matches the tile that you already have. He says, would you do a blue step? I said, I sure would. Anything was better than what they had already, the chipped. So I like it. I hope you do. And my dumb ass didn't know my pool had an autofill. I thought this whole time I had to fill it up manually. And I always wondered, I'm like, how does my pool stay up? How come the water never evaporates? Usually you would think the water would evaporate, right? No, because it has an autofill. It fills it as it goes. True, Chloe, true. My dumb ass didn't know I had autofill. I just went with look. I just went with the blue because blue looks great, and when the water is in the pool, like it looks great. Y'all really like it, or think it's bad looking? I mean, look. If you would have saw, actually, I've showed y'all the step before. It was chipped. It was about to fall off. And they came in, they did their thing, and it looks amazing. The work they did was amazing. I don't think that I don't think the future owners will care that the steps are blue. At least I don't. I can always get it redone, but I don't think they'll care. Well, thank you, divine feminine clear. You have a good one, Jordan. Right? Exactly. Gray and blue go together, you know. And if you look at my actual tiles, they have blue tint to it. Look, I'll show you. Look at my tiles. See the blue? Or the like, it's like, see, like right there, blue. It's not like blue blue, it's like a grayish blue. So it'll do. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. He said we do not have any the type of tiles that will match that because you have to keep in mind this pool is 20 years old. So the likelihood they'll find the exact tile is slim to none. So he said we can do a blue tile that we can use for the steps. And I said, yeah, I'll do that. I said, I sure will. Let's see. I don't want to lift it up, but I want to look at it. It looks so damn good. Let me zoom out. Look at that. I don't want to mess it up. That looks amazing. Look at the detail they did to the damn tiles. Y'all know I don't like blue, but for a pool, it's the perfect shade. You know, I don't do blue. Why ain't y'all talking? I'm right about what, Faith? Yeah, I might go to see Adele on the 16th. I may. I may. Oh, the girls are right here. The girls. They don't have a home right now. There's the chairs. Y'all really like my pool steps or no? You can be honest. I like them. It's just the steps. Ain't like it's the whole pool that was done. It's just the steps. I like the blue because it goes with it. I normally don't like blue for anything, but I like it for the pool. You know, I would in my if I ever get my when I get my forever home, I'll probably have a red pool, like a red tile pool. You know, you like them good, good. You don't think it clashes? I don't think so. I think it looks pretty good for a pool, for a jacuzzi. So no, we decided not to do the trip. It was a long story, but we didn't do it. Thank you. I'm glad y'all like it. And y'all mean that, don't you? Okay. Oh yeah, when the water's back in there, it looked great. To me, it needed another color in it because the whole pool is like one color. and I think it makes it pop. And I bet it's gonna look so good at night when I have the lights on in the pool and the jacuzzi, and it'll look great. Oh, I know, Jada. That's what. Yep, Jada, you read my mind. That's exactly when the pool's filled up and the jacuzzi's up and running. It'll look great. And he left me the excess. So. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Allison, Allison always predicts my future to the T. And she told me, she said, the people that are going to live in your house, she says, your house is not going to be on the market for long before somebody swipes it up from under you. I said, really? She goes, watch. And anytime Allison says it's going to come true, it does, like to the T. And I was afraid to ask her because I thought she was going to tell me something I didn't want to hear, right? And I said, how do you think? She says, you will get a new house and it's going to be more grand and bigger, or something. She said more grand. And I said, well, what if I can't sell my house I'm in now? She said that thing's gonna. I feel it's gonna sell almost immediately. She said it won't be on the market for long. And I said, really? She said, yeah. I don't feel like it'll be on the market for long. And I said, Allison, you made my day by saying that, because I said I was so scared it wouldn't sell when I sell it. So, what's the new Ben Affleck thriller? I don't think I've ever seen the advertisements for it. Well, thank you, Latia. Thank you. I have to fast. I don't fast until 7 o'clock, so I can still have. Yeah, I live in Summerlin. Summerlin is a hotbed area for people that like. Summerlin is for right where the fancy area is. I live near Summerlin and Centennial Hills, so. Let's see, here we go. I live in the fancy area. Oh, let's see. No, but Allison the psychic, she's very accurate. I'll never forget that time she says, you're going to have a gay flamboyant celebrity reach out to you here soon. She says they're going to reach out to you for your services. A few days later, I get a email from a very prominent drag queen on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I was more shocked, not necessarily that they reached out, but more so that she predicted that accurately. She told me, she said, there's a drag, no, she didn't say drag queen. She said, there's a flamboyant gay celebrity that watches you. And she said, they're gonna reach out for your services really soon. So I would say a few days later, not even, I would say 2-3 days later, I checked my email and it's a prominent drag queen on RuPaul's Drag Race. And I was shocked. I was like, and it was one of the main, it's not RuPaul. People say, is it RuPaul? No, not RuPaul. It was one of the main contenders. I'm like, what? And I was shocked, not necessarily that they reached out, I was shocked that Allison had predicted it. I was more shocked by her predicting that. Because you can't get more flamboyant than a drag queen. And that shocked me. And then I've had other reality stars reach out, one from the OWN own network, Oprah's channel. I'll never forget one time I was tripping out. I think I manifested this. I was watching this reality show on the OWN network randomly. I just started watching it. It was on TV and I just started watching it on the streaming service, right? I shit you not. About a week after I watched it, the main character from the show, the reality show, they reached out. And I emailed back, I said, are you that one that was on this show? She said, yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm like, no way. I said, I just watched your show a week ago. And she said, no way. And I started asking, I was like, well, how was things behind the scenes, all that? And she was telling me all this behind the scenes stuff, right? And sometimes I think I manifest these I'm like, how? I said, what's the likelihood of me watching her show a week before and literally she reaches out a week after that? I'm like, what? That makes no sense. I'm like, I must have manifested that woman to reach out. Just waiting for my girl, Lady God. If that woman ever reached out to me, I wouldn't even be able to make the phone call. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Ain't no fucking way. I'd freak out. I don't even think I'd be able to talk to Lady God. I don't even, who are you? And why are you calling me? don't ever call me because I can't do it. I can't deal with the shock of it. You're going to put me in an early grave if that ever happens. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Bye, see you, have a good one. Like I could do it, but I would be freaking out. I don't even think I'd be able to do her read if that ever happened, which it never will. I'm just being hypothetical. If it ever did, I wouldn't know how to process that. I wouldn't know how to process that. Like right there would be, I couldn't do it. Like, I'm sorry, Stephanie, but I can't do it. I can't do it because I said I'll probably fuck your reading up because I won't be able to pay attention to it because I'll be in awe that you even have your eyeballs looking at me. Your actual eyeballs from your sockets are looking at me, and I wouldn't be able to handle that. So I wouldn't be able to handle that. The fact that you would know of my existence, I wouldn't be able to handle it. So, because you never know who's watching. You never know who's watching. What I've learned is you never know who's watching. And what I've learned is, as well, is that it's mostly people from reality TV that watch me. Reality show stars love Tyler's Tarot. And I won't say their names because I feel like, they don't want their names all out there. But it's like, if that one ever reached out to me, it could be motherfucking Beyonce, and I would be nonchalant. Okay, all right. That's okay. I would do Beyonce a read. I wouldn't be starstruck. I wouldn't really care. Like, I'm not a fan. It could be motherfucking Obama, and I wouldn't be, not that either. I'm just being hypothetical. It could be motherfucking Oprah Winfrey, and okay, I'll do your read. Like, I wouldn't be all bent out of shape, starstruck. But if that one right there, or Adele, I wouldn't be able to make it to the read. I don't even think I'd be able to focus on their read. I would not be able to focus on their read. So they'd probably think I'm a fraud. Like, I tried to get a read from Tyler, and he was silent the whole time, and he was going, in your love life, you're gonna have you're gonna do concert in Tokyo, and you're gonna find I wouldn't be able to talk. So, so they wouldn't be able to get a reading out of me because, I would do it, but I wouldn't be able to do it like the way they would probably want it done because I would be so starstruck. So, did you watch the news about Canada? I did not. I did not. I don't know why y'all watch me if y'all act so damn bored. Y'all act like I don't even want to talk. You know why? You know what it is? Y'all know I ain't got shit to talk about. So y'all just like, y'all are along for the ride because y'all are bored like I am. And y'all just like, okay, he don't ever talk about shit, but at least it's somebody talking because y'all are just bored like I am. That's what it is. I got y'all figured out. I done got y'all figured the fuck out. Whoever sent me this candle, by the way, I still have it. Y'all need to talk. These dreams go on when I close my eyes. Every second of life, I live a second. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck about your dreams and what you live, and I don't give a fuck. All right? I don't care. I'm cooking and let's see. Yeah, I'm very vulnerable about, but I'm telling you this, I'm going through some things. Not knowing where you want to, knowing where I want to live. In the ghetto, Elvis. And his mother cries in the ghetto. I take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? And his mother cries in the ghetto. 'Cause lady, don't you understand? This child needs a helping hand, or he's gonna be an angry young man someday. I take a look at you and me. I can never do that high note he does. Or it's not really a high note, but he kind of goes up. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? I cannot do that. That one note he does, I can't do it. No matter how many times I try, shit, nobody can imitate Elvis. Elvis was the king of rock and roll. So, the king. So, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I wish I looked. If I could look like any celebrity, it would probably be Elvis. Like, what celebrity would you look like? Y'all tell me who y'all would look like. I'd probably want to look like an Elvis because it's just like, I want to look like anything but Tyler, to be honest. I would probably look like anybody else but Tyler. You know, honestly, I would. So I would. You know, bad self-esteem I have. But you know what? You know what I can't stand? The people that act like they don't have bad self-esteem. Like, you know, you have people that really hide their insecurities, like they're not insecure. One thing I can't stand are insecure people that masquerade as not insecure people. That bothers me. Like people that act like they have no issues. Don't let that bother you when people act like that. Like they act like they have no issues. Oh, I'm calm. I'm as cool as a cucumber. I'm calm. But you know, but like when you really take a deep look into their life, they're a fucking whole ass mess. You see what I'm saying? Like at least I come on here. I'll tell you where I'll tell you where I'm insecure. I don't like my body. I don't like my titties. All right. I want to look like anything but Tyler. I want straight hair. I'd love to have a different color eyes. I don't want basic brown. I want like blue eyes. Even though I'm not a big fan of blue, I would like blue eyes. I'll tell you, but I can't stand a bitch that actually masquerades around like they don't have no insecurities. Like people that don't want to know they're human. Like they, oh no, I don't care what people think of me. I don't care. I don't really. I love the way I look. I mean, yeah, it's great loving the way you look, but everybody has insecurities. But I hate the people that act like they have no problems. That just bothers me. That's really fake, in my opinion. When people act like they're all perfect, nobody's perfect. So, yeah, I guess they believe in the oh, fake it till you make it. Now, I'll tell you where the fuck that I have insecurities. You see what I'm saying? So, well, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I've been rambling about nothing for the last like 2 hours almost. Faith says she likes her titties. I bet you do. Try being a male and having them. I always told myself when I start making more money, I'm gonna get a boob job, not to enhance them, but to get the bitches flattened, to take the fat out of the titties. I don't want silicone. I want an anti-boob job. I always said, like I literally always said, if I start making money, I'm getting me a boob job, not to enhance them, to get the bitches. I want to be a negative A cup. I want to be a negative A cup, or I'm trying to get an anti-boob job. I used to say that joke. It ain't really a joke. I'm dead serious, but I used to say that on Tyler's Terror. I used to go on there and I used to go, I'm starting to make money now. I'm getting me a boob job as soon as I can. And people say, a boob job? I'm like, no, I'm not transitioning into a woman. I'm trying to get an anti-boob job. I don't want to enhance them. I'm trying to get the bitches flattened. So, I used to say that joke a lot. It's not really a joke. I'm dead ass serious, but I used to say that on my channel a lot. Like, no, not to enhance them, but to get them flattened. Right, Tania? Like, I think that once I lose all the weight I can, whatever's sagging, I'm gonna get nipped and tucked. Watch. Absolutely, I will. Absolutely. When I get to my goal weight, anything that's like sagging or a little bit wrinkly, I'll get it nipped. I sure will. But you should never get surgery while you're still fat. I don't understand what, like I hear about people getting BBLs and they're fat as fuck. It's like, okay, you already got all the fat in that area. What do you, like, I saw recently somebody from the baddies, I ain't gonna say nothing. But it's like, if you already got all this, if your body's not at a goal weight, so let's say you get surgery, right? Let's say you get surgery and you're big already. So what happens down the line when you start wanting to lose that weight and the weight starts coming off? Then what you added to your body or what you got nipped and tucked is going to start looking funky. You see what I'm saying? Like lose the weight first and then get the surgery. So, because I had seen a post where some big girl had got a BBL, I'm like, okay, why not do those things once you get to a certain weight? Because what happens when you lose the weight down the line, you're gonna have to pay to get it redone because you were not at a, you were at a, you see what I'm saying? It makes no sense. So, so get to your goal weight first. And that's what I always say. When I get to my goal weight, I'm gonna look in the mirror, I'm gonna look at what's sagging, I'm gonna look at what's wrinkled, and I'll get it nipped and tucked. Sure will. Even if I did even if I did get a personal trainer, Tania, I'd still have to get some type of surgery afterward. There's people that lose weight and get all muscly but still have saggy skin. But I don't think I ever got to the size where my skin is going to sag too bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been over 300 pounds, ever. I've never even got near 300 pounds. Like, I've never even got at the edge of 300 pounds. So it's like, I've never been super big to where I'm going to have to get all kinds of body lifts and tummy tucks. But it's like anything that it looks a little off, I'll get corrected. So, like when you start getting to the 350 and over 300, that's when you're going to have to start getting like nips and tucks for the sagging that when you lose the weight. So, and like for example, okay, you know how when people get big and they put on pants and their stomach fat hangs over the pants? I've never had that. I can stand up right now. I'm not going to show you, obviously, but I've never had a belly that hangs over my pants, ever. I have a beer gut. So basically, when I lose weight, my stomach's going to go in. It's not going to have that saggy skin that hangs over the pants. Like when I stand up, literally, I don't have, you ever seen that on big people when their stomach fat goes over the pants? I don't have that. Like, so I'm really thankful. I'm like, okay, when I lose weight, that means that I'm not going to have anything sagging down there. So that's what I'm very happy about. Like, I don't have the hangover, if you get what I'm saying. So y'all, I'm gonna get off of here and I will talk to you later. All right. This is the stupidest chat I think I've ever did, complaining about a damn house. All right, bye y'all. See ya.